Good morning, everybody. Well, last night was the first night my girls slept in their coop. I was a frickin' nervous wreck. I was up most of the night, and I kept looking outside to see if the motion lights were coming on. So the last time I actually came out and checked on them was around 9 o'clock when I let my dog out for the last time. I didn't want to have to keep actually coming out all the way out and disturbing them. When I came out at 9 o'clock, they were pretty much quiet. So I figured they had bedded down for the night, and I didn't want to interrupt that. And I slept with the windows open. Of course, my room was all the way at the end, and I slept with the bathroom window open. Because yes, this mommy was a freaking wreck. Alright, first let's take a peek at the outside perimeters of the run. I put wood up on the top of the whole run. One, to keep the rain off of them. I did get a tarp, but so far everything looks okay. Now I'm going to add some boards across here to close up any large gaps. I still need to put some more rocks and or dirt. They can hear me, so they're starting to wake up. I have these solar lights attached all the way around on every side of the coop and run. I have one on the outside. I'll show you guys on the back side. See, I have a motion light right there. Good morning. And these latches are snug, so that's good. Good morning, girls. Oh, hi. You slept up on your perch? You know, that perch isn't intended for you to sleep on, baby. Somebody slept in their box. Or did you all sleep in your box? You slept upstairs in the upstairs loft? Okay, I'm not seeing all of you. Oh, there you are. Hi, babies. Good morning. Their food. There's their water. It looks like your water's kind of lopsided here, girls. It looks like it was dumped out, so I'm going to have to come up with... Mommy's going to have to come up with some other kind of way to do your water now. Because it looks like you guys spilled it. How are you doing, babies? How did you do last night, huh? How did you do, girls? How did you do? Your first night outside like big girls. Good morning. Good morning, babies. What are you doing up there? Is that where you slept? Huh? Is that where you slept, baby? Aww. Hi, girls. Mommy was so worried about you. Yeah, I was so worried about you. I was so scared about you. Yes. You girls did good. I put a little battery operated light in here. As you can see, it was right here. Now it's back there. And somebody, it looks like, tried sleeping on top of the water because you only have a little bit of water left. And it was all chipped to the side. So I'm going to have to come up with a different plan for that. Because I don't want you guys sleeping in a wet house. Look at you up there, big girl. Hi. It's going to be in the 40s a few nights this week, and it's even going to get down into the 30s. It actually feels pretty cozy in there. Alright, let me go open up your outside door. Oh, guys. They seem to do. Now I'm going to be getting one of those big clips for keys to put right here. But this door is pretty snug, so. Girls! Girls! All my locks are pretty snug, so that's good. Good morning, girls. Good morning. Girls. Good morning. You can come out whenever you're ready. So this is their finished run. Got the food there, the water there, which is going to be hanging eventually. I made them a perch here. And then they have 4, I don't know if you can see it with my phone, but they have 4 above ground perches and a rock. Well, good morning. Good morning. How did you sleep, little lady? Good morning. Hi. Good morning, girls. Ooh. Ooh. Stretch those wings. Good morning, ladies. The ladies, good morning. Little ladies, good morning. Hi, Opal. Good morning. Oh, feeling feisty this morning, girls. Good morning. The ladies, good morning. I guess the rest of them aren't quite ready to come out. I want them to get used to, I had to physically put them in their coop last night. Oh, thirsty girls. So I want them to get used to actually going in their coop themselves. But I'm going to put them in before dark, so I don't know that they'll ever actually do that. But I want them to know how to go in and out of their coop. That way if they get too cold, they can go in there or just go in there and sleep if they want to. Good morning, ladies. Good morning, ladies. Hey, there we are. Everybody coming out now? Good morning. Hi. I was so worried about you guys last night. I'm going to be worried about you every night. I'm attached to my birds mostly because they're not just my poultry, they're like family to me. They're my bird showings. I put some lettuce out for them last night and they're eating what's left of it. Oh, Opal, you're so thirsty. Yeah, you're so thirsty, girl. But I You gotta remember, I got these girls 4 months ago when they were days old. Literally days old. They were literally this big. If you look way back on my videos, you'll see they were newly hatched. They were within the first week of life. So I've physically raised these guys practically since birth. So, and I've raised them in my house, which probably nobody in the world would do. Because it is very messy. It requires lots of cleanup, lots of work, taking them in and out of the house. Once they got older, I started taking them outside to run around and get used to the outdoors. And just constant smell in the house, constant mess. And that's just how I chose to do it. I didn't want to put them outside for good until I felt pretty much secure about their living conditions being cozy and safe for them. So you see, it's got I made a top out of boards. I left a little bit of gap for some sun at the top. And then over on that end, I actually used extra windows with glass in them in this whole section here. So sunlight will come through, but not so much on the rain. And then they can see out, they can see out all the way around. I added that board across there, and I want to add another one across there. I added this board here. I need to put another board right there at the bottom. But this is mostly, hey, all of you aren't out here. I'm still missing 2 white girls and 1 brown girl. Maybe they don't want to come out yet. It is fairly warm and cozy enough, so. Alright, girls. Well, good morning. Good morning, little ladies. You made it through your first night? Did you sleep okay? Huh? Aw. Girls. Pretty girls. So I made this whole thing myself. Mostly out of pallets. But, not entirely, obviously. Ow! I gotta do something about that. I have a blade on my saw that I bought. I've got to go around and, saw off the tips and some screws. I'm going to add a couple more screws to that board right there. Okay, girls. Well, in case you haven't seen, so I had that building right there. This whole side of it was open though. There was nothing there. And this side here was mostly all open. It used to be an old goat, I believe it was a goat shed because there was goat poop in it. and there was a feeder that was attached to the back wall out of wood. So I ripped all that out. I added some boards to the floor. I used this fence here. Used to come across right here, and that's part of the fencing right there. And there used to be a gate right here. I ripped all that out. I ripped the post out, ripped the gate out, pushed the fence up against there. The fence that came this way, I wound it around behind the chicken coop and run. I took some pallets and just started attaching them together, and put some boards on the ground underneath the pallets, and just started screwing shit together, adding stuff, screwing more shit together, and this is the final bit. So if you want to know what I did or how I did something, feel free to ask me down in the comments. I've never done this a day in my life, so I feel pretty good about it. I've tried to make it very, very safe for them, and only time will tell. I don't even want to think of anything bad happening to them, because like I said earlier in the video, I've been raising these girls practically from birth, so I'm very attached to them. And yeah. Oh, real quick, look at this. My tomato plant, the cherry tomato plant. I got 3 tomatoes out of the red, but these cherry ones are still continuing to produce. So I'm definitely having cherry tomatoes again next season. My apple tree has started filling out very beautifully again. That one started coming back over there. And next year they'll really start flourishing. So anyway, yeah, if you want to know what I did or how I did it, if I can remember, I will tell you. It's basically all just been trial and error. I had the front of this done 2 different times before I ended up where it's at right now. And then I stained it. I tried to stain all the wood on the outside. But yeah, it's been a lot of work getting here. But I better lock up this bottom one. I don't want anything getting in. See, all my locks are really tight. Well, that's how tight they are. I'll have to do it after I hang up from videoing. But yeah. Like, subscribe, comment, share my videos if you feel like it. I'm not gonna... I've tried really hard on my videos to not say, well, this is what you need to do, and you better do that, and yada, 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 yada. Because you know what? Unless you've gone through all the trial and errors, and you know, and even if you do, you know, don't come at people like all that. I mean, we're all learning. I was raised with chickens, but that's entirely not even the same as this situation now, because my parents were raising the chickens. I took care of them. I fed them and gave them water. But I didn't make their living quarters. I don't believe we had wire around the bottom. I know we didn't have a roof on top. We may not have even had wire on top our run. I know their coop was pretty secure from what I remember. We didn't have heating lamps. I don't have a heating lamp. It's not... Here's where I'm going to sound kind of bossy and know-it-all-ish, but in my opinion, it's not good to keep them with a heating lamp unless you're living in an area that gets below 30 degrees frequently. If you make their coop where it stays cozy inside, and your hens are the type to cozy up together like mine are, there should be absolutely no need for a heating lamp. It's not going to get below 30 here, but a few times, if at all. It may get down to 27 on a couple occasions. But other than that, it's good for them to learn, and that's why I'm glad I got them out when I did. It's good for their bodies to adjust to the weather. It's healthier, in my opinion, for them. Their bodies will adjust for the heat and the cold. And as long as their coop's, cozy for them, and in their run, I've put a bunch of these pine needles to try to keep them off the direct ground as much as possible, so they're not sloshing around in mud. And yeah, I've never used a heating lamp with them, even when they were tiny babies. And they were chilly. They were. And that's a lot of the reason why I started using a box for them to go inside of. And now that's how they like to sleep, is all cuddled up, laying rather than perching when they sleep at night. Anyway, they like to snuggle up and lay together, which will help keep them warm in the long run. They do perch. They do take naps perching. They're normal birds, but they prefer laying and cuddling. When they sleep at night in the coop, like they did in the house, and that's going to be a benefit to keeping them warm. But I mean, we're all learning, I don't want to get all full of myself and say, oh, this is how you do it, and yada, 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 yada. This is how I did it. I've done a little bit of researching on a few things. I still screwed up most of the wire that I used. I thought it was a certain kind, and I got it, and it's not even close to as durable as I personally wanted it. I went ahead and used it anyway, but what I've had to do is I've had to close up a lot of these big gaps in the walls, the outer walls, to try to hopefully prevent anything from going in. Now, if I had got the wire that I thought I was getting and wanted to get, I wouldn't have such a need for closing up all the holes and stuff, because it was more durable. I did not send the 3 rolls back because it wasn't something in a box, right? And I just felt it was easier to just go ahead and do it, go ahead and use it, and make do with what I had. Because I wanted a much more durable metal than what I ended up getting. I also doubled up on a lot of it with some chicken wire, which chicken wire alone is not super durable. It'll keep the chickens in, but not the greatest, probably keeping things out. Right here, if you can see the chicken wire, there's also a tiny bit of durable wire that I thought I'd got for the rest of it. I only had a little bit of this real durable wire. This was originally the first gate that I was going to put up right there. But then once I made the frame area diameter was way too big for this gate, so I ended up just putting it here. What else? I never knew about putting wire around the bottom. I saw that on a YouTube video. I'm still learning. I am. You know, there's no doubt I'm going to look around this housing for my birds and go, okay, I need to add that, or I need to fix this, and it's all trial and error. You just learn as you go. And I can hope that I made them a nice, safe place to be. So, that's it. Everybody have a lovely morning. The sun's coming up.